Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded System. So in today's video, we will discuss one of the very important topic that's called as array of structure in C programming. So this topic is also one of the interview topic. In the most of the interview, you guys will get a question on array of structures. So let us start the video. But before starting the video, if you're a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and gain the knowledge on embedded system. Let us start the video array of structures. So what do you mean by array of structure? Array of structure is nothing but collection of structure variables of same type which are stored in a continuous memory location is called as array of structure. So before understanding its definition, first we will understand one example here. I have one use case. I have one structure called as a student here, and in the student I have three different fields are there: roll number, name, and the marks. So I have one structure with these parameters or these structure members, but I have three students. I need to store the same information in a for all three students. So in this example or in this use case, our array of structure will come into picture. So array of structures are nothing but the structures of the same variables which are stored in a continuous memory location. So that means you can store different data types, different users or a different student information or different employer information. You can store it in array of structure. So this is the best example where we will be using array of structure. So we can store different user information in a structure or array of structures. Okay, so now let us start the definition. Array of structure. I have already defined what is array of structure. Array of structure is nothing but, so it's a collection of structure variables of the same types stored in the memory location or stored in a contiguous memory location. And these structure variables can be accessed by the index. So array of structures are nothing but similar to the array, but each structure variable will have a different structure member, and these structures, array of structures, can be accessed by its index. So how, that we will see later with example. Now, so what is the advantage of array of structures? So I have already told array of structures are used to store the multiple user information in our database. Example, you can see I have three students information I want to store. In that situation, definitely I'll be using array of structures. So how do you define or how do you declare this array of structure? To define the array of structure, I need two important information. One is a base array definition I required, or base array declaration, where I'll be base structure I required. Here the first one you can see here, structure student. So this is called base structure, where I'll be having information like a roll number and so on. So this I required, that's called as the base structure. So we have to declare the base structure, the first thing. Second thing is the user information. This user information can be either during the declaration also we can do it, or we can also do it during the runtime. So however we want, we can do it. And the third important thing, like how can we access the array of structures? The array of structures can be accessed with a two different parameter. One is the index, array index. We require structure array index, that is the first parameter, and second parameter is nothing but dot operator to access the specified field. So we should have two important information. One is the index of the structure, followed by the dot operator, followed by the structure member. So in this way we can access. Now let us see one example. With that we will understand in detail how this array of structures we can use in the programming. The same use case I have taken here for easy understanding. I have one structure, base structure, where I have three different information. One is the roll number, name, and marks of a student. So I have declared one structure by the name called as student. So now this is my base structure, and then I'm going to use array. I'm going to declare array of structure at least with the three numbers. So now you can see here. So struct student, struts is my structure variable here, which is having up to three elements inside the array of structure. So three array of structure I'm going to create, and the first parameter is the roll number. So I'm just giving one number followed by the name followed by the grading or nothing but marks. Similar to that, three different user information I'm going to write it. So now this is the second point where I'll be initializing and declaring the array of structure. Third point, how do you access this array of structures? I have already told to access the array of structure, two important information we required. One is the index we required. The second one is the dot operator to access the structure member. So now what I'm doing, as usual, how we are going to access the array elements, in the similar way we have to access the array of structure member as well. So now for that purpose, I'm going to use a simple for loop here. Integer I is equal to 0, less than 3, I plus plus. So this is for loop. This for loop I'm using here. In the first time, I is equal to 0. So whenever I is equal to 0, you can observe here the student I, student I information, nothing but I of 0. So I of 0 is nothing but the first element of your structure member. Nothing but the first element of the structure is 101 Rahul and 89.5. This is my structure, first structure which is available in the array of structure. Similar to that, whenever I is equal to 1, the second one and third one and it goes on like that. So in this way we can use array of structure in the programming. So the same thing I have kept it in a one programming example. Let us execute that and we will try to understand with the output. So this is the same code. I have kept it here. This is my base structure and this is my array of structure. So here I'm taking 4 now. In this example, I'm taking 4 array element and I'm using a for loop here. So, I is equal to 0, less than 4, I plus plus, and every time I'm going to print it on the cancel output window. So let us check this output and we will see what is the output. Now when I print it in the during first time, as you know that the first time the first information will be printed on the output, that is 101 Rahul 89.5 when I is equal to 0. Similar to that, the second information of your second student and third information, and similar to that fourth student information also will be printed on the output. So in this way we can use array of structure and in our programming example to store the multiple student information or multiple user information in our database. So I hope this video is an informative video. So if you feel this video is an informative video, please click on like button and subscribe my YouTube channel.